much for tuning back in. My name is Fonnie. In my channel, I talk about my houseplant and my Hoyas. Today, it is another very exciting unboxing video from the order that I made with Hoya Passion. Edita is such a really nice seller because, as I have shown you in the first and second unboxing, I have received a lot of comment in the comment box below mentioning that they are very excited to see my unboxing with Edita, and also they're very impressed by the quality. And for me, I am definitely not sponsored because I still need to kind of save some money and then I can make another order. That's why I only have this kind of unboxing video maybe every month or maybe every other 2 to 3 weeks time. But I'm very happy that I have placed another order with Edita, and this time I have 10 new Hoyas that I have purchased. But before I digged in to show you all of the close-up and all of the description of how the cuttings looks like, I want to tell you something that I'm very honored to be part of. So after I have posted the second video of unboxing, Edita told me that she is wondering what should she name her new cross hybrid that she has created. She shared with me is that she's very happy that I have done unboxing for her, and she would like to name her Hoya hybrid after me. And I was very shocked in a very pleasant way, because I have never thought of having a Hoya that is named after me. So essentially it is a seedling of hers. I think it is crossed with Finlaysonii, and she is now selling that Hoya Fonnie on Hoya Passion website. I am very honored, and thank you very much, Edita, to be super kind. And once again, I really appreciate the cuttings that you sell to me, and also the quality is very nice. Before I unbox it, just a little background of this order. I placed an order for 10 cutting, and this one is very quick shipping because this time I am having a short trip to Sweden. So within EU, I also used UPS. However, because it is within EU, it only takes 1 to 2 days to arrive. So I placed the order, I think, on Friday, and I paid on Friday, and then Edita mentioned that she could ship it on Tuesday. And I already received this one on Thursday. So in total, it only took 2 days to ship from Poland to Sweden. And with regard to now, today it is a Sunday because it is during my short trip. That's why I am very excited to do the unboxing without any more further ado. So without any further ado, let's have a close look. I'm going to bring you over, and then we will have the close-up of all of the 10 Hoyas I ordered from Edita. So you can see the packaging this time is slightly different. Maybe it is because it is shipped within EU. It has this very nice wrapping paper. It just looks like a present. It's a gift. It's just amazing. Obviously, this is not a gift. I placed an order, but it's started off really nice already. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, this looks like a huge styrofoam. Oops. Wow. Have a look at this. Super nice packaging again. Wow, this is so pretty. Okay, this is the receipt. So, this receipt. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, looks so nice. Okay, oh, I can see a peduncle. Okay, I'm going to show you close up on these ones. The first one over here is Hoya Lacunosa Khao Luang, the long leaf version. This is a very large cutting. You can see that there are at least maybe 4 to 5 node, and just the new leaf has
not manage to survive. I believe it will drop off, these two. However, the existing leaf is very healthy and the stem is also very healthy. You can see that the coloration of this long leaf is a bit more on the lime color side, and you can see that these ones are also kind of a lime color, and it is very pointy. It reminds me a little bit of Mr. Tent, but Mr. Tent is slightly larger. This one is very narrow and elongated. It also have this very obvious ab situation, a little bit of splash as well, if you can see, and it is very shiny on the surface, and you can see this one as well. The edge is slightly darker shade, but generally I would say this one is a more lime color leaf. And you can also see the stem is relatively lime color as well. I really hope that this one will grow and root. Normally Lacunosa is an easier Hoya to root, and hopefully this coloration is not due to anything, but it looks like a more lime green color originally. Let me know in the comment box below if this is also the same coloration of your Lacunosa Khao Luang long leaf. Very, very nice. The second one here is Hoya Elle. It is very nice coloration. This one is slightly dried. I think it is because it has waited for slightly longer than before, because the second time I unboxed the second order, that one only lasted in the box for maybe 3 days, but this one is around 6 days. But it could also be how it looks like originally. But as you can see, the leaf itself, it has this very prominent vein. Instead of like ab, it's more like the vein itself has formed the shape and texture of the leaf. You can also see the edge is pretty dark. It actually reminds me of the previous Hoya that I got. I need to find out the name of the previous Hoya, but this one is not as elongated, and also I have this peduncle. Hopefully this peduncle will stay, otherwise hopefully it will root easily. If I touch the leaf, it's firm as well, however is not as succulent and thick as the previous long leaf. And you can see from the side here, originally the leaf is kind of thin as well, and it is a very nice 3-note cutting together with one peduncle. And if you look at the back, I believe this is some kind of sun-stressing coloration. It is purple, but you can also see some spots. I think the way that it sun-stress is through this spots of purple coloration, and it looks amazing. I mean, the back actually looks equally interesting as the front side. Right, straight into the water without any further dehydration. The third one over here is Hoya Lacunosa Black Queen, and this is the reason why I wanted to place this third order. Look at this one. This one, the first time I heard of is actually from Betsy. When she showed her collection of Hoya Lacunosa, she mentioned that this one is a cross, or this is actually a seedling of Adita's Hoya, and the name Black Queen is also named by Adita. And the reason why it's Black Queen, it's not called Black Leaves, it is because this is actually very, very dark in color. And I'm not sure if this one is because of sun stressing or the leaf just comes out this deep black shade. It is super interesting, and I actually have to mark it up and say that I wanted to have a notification when this one is available, because this one is always out of stock. Now I understand the reason why, because it is very special. In terms of Lacunosa, this is the darkest leaf shade I've ever seen. Even now you can see that I have a lot of lighting. It still shows a very, very dark shade, and you can kind of see a hint of green if you look closer on the side. But all in all, this is a very special seedling. And at the back, it also have this kind of purpley color. This one is much more succulent on the leaf thickness, as you can see here, compared to the previous Ella. But just look into this dark foliage. Extremely interesting. And it doesn't have very intense veining. I would say the surface area is quite even. Of course, you can see the a bit of bomb on the leaf, but it is not anything like the vein, the abs of the previous two that I showed you. Instead, this one is relatively smooth, and because of that, it's, if you look it further, it is just like black leaf. The entire leaf is black. And of course, if I show you close up, you can see that there are a hint of unevenness on the surface of the leaf. But this one is very special. I don't have any Lacunosa in this deep dark shade. The next one over here is Hoya Inflata. I am so happy with this cutting. Look at this leaf shape. This one is very large leaf size. I actually have traded one Inflata with another Hoya collector around half a year ago, but that one grows really slow, and I also know that Inflata grows really slow. However, that one I'm just afraid that it will die off. That's why I actually made a purchase from Adita, Hoya Passion, and I mean, Inflata is such an underrated Hoya. If nobody knows about it or anybody are interested in this, Flagellata has this very soft, almost like felt kind of texture on the underneath, and you can see that the leaf texture has a very short kind of felt. It's very soft and it's super good in touching. And you can also see the vein is a bit, of course the midrib is purple, but the side also have this kind of interesting veining if you look at the back of the leaf. And for the front of the leaf, it also have that kind of furriness, not as much as velty as the back, but you can see that the surface of this leaf is very velvety. And the vein of the leaf, it's also incredible, because this is the main kind of veining of the leaf, but on the side, if you look closer, it is very complex. It has a lot of veining surrounding the entire leaf. And I am extremely excited to grow this out, because although this one is a one leaf cutting, I have quite a bit of note and new growth point. So this is an easy one to pot up just like this. And hopefully in a high humidity condition, this grow tip will continue pushing out. Look at this Inflata. Again, if you haven't noticed about Inflata, it's not only the leaf is incredible, it is actually the flower that catches most of people's attention. The flower is like a bell shape. It's like lily in the valley type of flower shape, but it's yellow, and it is so special. The flower of Inflata is very unique in Hoya world. Look at this one more time. Just fascinating. This one over here is Hoya Lyi narrow leaf. I really got addicted to Hoya Lyi because I love the shape. Look at this one. It's huge. I never expected this one to be basically almost the same length as my finger. and I would say this one is around 5 centimeter, and this is a one leaf cutting, but it is actually rooted. It is not advertised as a rooted one. I got it as a fresh cutting. Thank you very much, Editha, to actually have the root. And I believe this one is alive over there. I just need to put it in water, and this will increase the probability of this one rooting. And look at this leaf. This is like an enlarged version of Hoya Lyi. And also it is the same kind of texture at the back. It is hairy at the back, but in the front is quite smooth. And you can also see the texture of the leaf. I can actually feel the midrib, and then you can see that the side vein spreading to the edge, and it is very, very long. That's right, and I really look forward to see how this will grow out in my condition. Will this turn out to be a wider leaf shape, or because of my higher light condition, will it have smaller, elongated leaf? But this looks incredible. I also heard that Hoya Lyi has a no ID variety, which has very deep veining. Of course, this one is not assembled with that at all, but that is also a wish list plant of mine. Hopefully one day I'll see it being circulated, but this one is very, very special. Look at that. Normally Hoya Lyi is this small. This is double the size. This one over here is Hoya Caudata small leaf. This one over here, it is not as small as I thought. I thought the small leaf will be half the size, but I actually have 2 peduncle that comes with it. Thank you very much for the 2 peduncle. It is very, very nice. I really like Caudata's flower. They look very special when it comes to the fuzziness of the corolla. But this one, hopefully, under my highlight condition, it will have a smaller leaf shape, but just looking into this one is slightly different than the Caudata that I have, because the Caudata that I have is more patchy when it comes to the silver pattern. But this one, I would say, is relatively mild if you look from the further. And also the Caudata that I have is slightly larger and a little bit more elongated. But if you look into this pattern, it is very uneven on the surface. As you can see, the patches of silver is not as obvious in comparison to the dark green color. Let's have a look at the back. I think the back also have this kind of small tiny pores, if you can see. And together with the thickness, I would think this one is a relatively easy Hoya to root, fingers crossed, hopefully, but it is very special in terms of the small leaf that potentially it could be, and I think this is a very healthy cutting, and I'm surprised that the flowers are still attached. I would think that the buds will highly likely to drop off, and hopefully this peduncle will manage to keep alive. But I wouldn't be surprised if these buds dropped off. But this small leaf Caudata looks very, very nice. There's a gift for me. I didn't know. This one here is the true one of Hoya Wibergiae. I actually don't have Wibergiae because I have never really looked into this particular Hoya. Look, this one has a leaf shape that I have nothing similar, and I hope that the middle part over here, this is fine. The leaf itself is very healthy, it's very thick, and also this part maybe is because it got squished. I'm not very sure. I will fingers crossed, hoping that this leaf will manage and then it will push out new growth. For this one, I can see that it is a very smooth texture, and also the vein is very different from any Hoyas I have. It goes like this on the side, and then if you look into the splash, I think it has teeny tiny bit of splashing, and the back can also have this shape of the vein. This one, I think maybe it has been kind of squished so then it kind of have this damage. Hopefully it's just a small little damage, but hopefully something will push up from there, or something push up from there after it started rooting. But thank you very much, Edita, for this special gift. I did not expect it. As I mentioned, I am addicted to Hoya Lyi. I would like to collect all of the Hoya Lyi's subspecies or different variety, and this one I am glad that I placed in order, because I do not have this Hoya Lyi China. I thought I have all of the Hoya Lyi variety, but apparently this one is very different, because again, this is a large leaf and also it's very dark. You can almost see the mid-rib vein as black in the middle, and also you can see that on the side, that has a little bit of darker shade of the vein. The vein itself did not form a shape, but it is the foliage that shows the vein coloration. And if you look at the back, it is similar to other Hoya Lyi. It has this kind of very short hair, and it actually has a peduncle. I've never seen Hoya Lyi's flower before, even though I have different variety. I heard that it is incredibly pretty, and it reminds me of Thomsonii's flower, but Thomsonii's flower is incredible. It's very pretty, and also it smells really good. So let's hope that this peduncle will not die, and I hope that this one will root. Such a nice one. It's very special. It has this kind of concave shape, if you see that. It's like a U shape. And then if you look into this color, it is very dark green. You can also see that vein. The entire leaf is not having a lot of touchable veining texture. I can't really touch the vein, but if you pay attention, you can see that the black vein makes this whole leaf very unique. This one over here is Hoya Flagellata Gold. I love how small this leaf is. Look at this. This one is a one leaf cutting, however it has a new growth point over here, and I guess that one is likely to be a peduncle, that one. I'm not sure, but look at this. This is very different from the regular Flagellata that I have. I like how small the leaf is, and I like how this edge, if you see that, the edge is black or very dark green, and it has a little bit of patch of silver on the leaf itself. And if you look at the back, this is similar to the Flagellata I have. It doesn't look very healthy, but this is how it looks like, because normally my Flagellata, it looks the same. It looks like it has bruises, and that's how it looks like, as I have mentioned. And hopefully this one will grow and root, and then I can see how different the flowers are, because the flower is similar to Flagellata, just that it has more golden or yellow color. And just look at this leaf shape. Very tiny. Maybe it's around 2.5 centimeters long. Look at this. Very nice growth point over here. This one over here is Hoya Sarawak IML 1212. I actually received 2 cutting separately. Wow. This one, look, there's actually 2 cuttings. This one has a very similar leaf shape as what I have last time, but I'm very curious to see how different. That's why I also place an order for this one. And you can see that the leaf is elongated, and then it has tip over there. And I also think that it has very nice splashes, if you see that. And I really like when the stem is very narrow, because when the stem is very narrow, it's much easier to hang like a basket plant instead of only growing upwards. And if you look into the shape, it also have the midrib like that, but you have to pay so much attention to see how the side vein looks like. Maybe we can have a look at the back. You can see that the midrib like this, and also the side stem is a bit mild. You can't really see it very clearly, but I think this one is very similar to the two Hoyas that I got, but it's nice to have another variety. I am very excited to see how the flowers looks like. And if you look into this leaf, it's quite dark in the shade, and together with the splashes, it's very nice. And I think this one must be a new growth point of this plant. And this one is much thicker than this one, if you look at side by side. Probably is because of the condition that is provided is different. Maybe this one has a higher light and this one doesn't receive as much as highlight. The color is slightly different too, but apparently it is the same plant. Let's have a look. Yeah, and also this one is slightly larger. Most of the time what I noted is when it is not as bright, it will push out thinner leaf and also slightly larger. But I hope that these ones will grow. The last one over here is Hoya Leticiae. I wanted this one, I think around a year ago. I looked at a video of Ramon Hoya, and I finally see it in person. This actually reminds me of Hoya China with the leaf shape. And also the size, but when it comes to the texture, this one is very different, because this one, it has this kind of mild sandpaper texture, which is very different from Hoya China, because that one is very, very smooth. And this, you also can see that the veining is not very extremely prominent, but it is quite obvious that the leaf shape is formulated with the veins. And also this one over here, the size is medium, I would say, and I really like the flowers. The flowers is small. I will show the picture on the side to show you how that looks like. And the leaf is also quite thick. I believe this one is an easy rooting plant. I'm going to chop from here maybe, so then it could pot up easier. And you can see that the green is quite dark. Of course, not as dark as Black Queen, but you can see that the texture here is very, very dark. The texture here is very veiny. I can kind of feel it on the surface like that, when I touch like that.
Thank you very much for staying until now. I wish you enjoyed the unboxing. One thing that I haven't shown you is I also received this gift from Atita, so then it's easier to clip the stem and vines to the supporting pole. So thank you very much for that gift as well. I am very excited to pop this up after maybe soaking into the water for maybe 1 hour. And yes, I will also give you an update in maybe a couple of months. But let me know in the comment box down below which one is your favorite and which one you will also like to purchase because of this. It is really interesting because I always increase my wish list, and I also have to buy some plants, have to buy some Hoyas when I have seen unboxing from other YouTubers, or even any pictures that I've seen on Instagram. So let me know in the comment box below which one is your favorite. If you have any questions with regard to my experience with purchasing Hoya from Hoya Passion, let me know in the comment box down below. If you have any care tips you would like to share with me on any of these species that I have, don't hesitate to leave your care tips advice. I would really like to learn from every one of you. If you like this content and you want me to continuously buy new Hoyas by my own money, don't forget to like this video and share this video with your friends. If you like this type of content and you don't want to miss out next time when I share some new information or some new Hoya species that I obtained, or any videos about my other houseplant, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out next time. Until next time, I wish everyone is having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!